Today we're speaking to Gavin, who's built a landscape gardening business, helping himself to over £600,000 worth of revenue. He's got a good team, but he's doing so many low-value tasks. It really gives me the right ump why you've got entrepreneurs and business owners doing £20 an hour tasks rather than actually going out there and growing his business. So he's going to get a good telling off for that. This is a good business and it could go places. So strap yourselves in as we grow this business. Hello, campers. Welcome back to the Business Broadcast, the podcast designed to help grow your business. I'm James Sinclair. Follow along with me at my Instagram, James Sinclair Entrepreneur. And where can they follow you, JB?
They can follow me on James Burt Official, also on Instagram.
Listen, gang. We are speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners. They've got challenges in their business, and we are giving them the antidote to those challenges through lessons past learned by myself. A little bit of you moderating
mainly here
as
for
we
the
go
jingles.
through.
Mainly here for the jingles.
But more of you are listening overboard, so thank you. Who are we talking to today, JB?
Today we are talking to Gavin Gray from LCL in Scotland. They are.
Here's our Gavin.
He is a landscaping and ground care company. He's been going for 10 years. He is doing 55 grand a month. He's got 19 members. But as always, Jimbo, he has got some entrepreneurial challenges.
Tell us about them.
Challenge number one, figuring out what systems to implement in my business to free up my time. And I had a pre-chat to him and he's like, I really need to understand how to implement these systems, what systems they should be and how to implement them. So this is like quite key by the sounds of it.
Is it just quickly, is it direct to consumer or is he doing commercial landscape gardening?
I don't know. I think it's more
we quickly
D2C. Okay, we can indeed. Gavin, hello there. You're on the show very early. Is it more, are you direct to consumer or are you commercial?
It's predominantly direct to consumer. We also offer a gritting service in the winter, which is 100% commercial. We do have a little bit of commercial work in the summer months, but it is mostly to domestic.
Okay. We'll come back to you in a minute.
Back to you shortly. Right, so mainly commercial, mainly domestic, a little bit of commercial, and a gritting service in the winter. I bet he does well out of that in Scotland because it's winter from October till March, isn't it?
I had a landscape gardener come round my house to look at it.
There we go.
And I said, well, can you do this for me? And he said, no, because your garden's portrait.
That's so juvenile. Oh, my God. I don't know where you store all these rubbish jokes. So that's his number one challenge. Number two challenge is finding skilled workers to take my business further. And the number three challenge is cracking social media. Where do you want to be in 1 year's time? He says, I want to be on a better financial footing and not have to worry about monthly cash flow. What will your business look like when it's finished? He said, a sellable asset that I don't need to be involved in. Do you make the...
You carry on.
Sorry. Do you make the profit that you want to make? And if so, what is it? He said, no, I'd like to be making 15 grand a month in monthly profits. How do you spend your day-to-day time in the business? He said, driving the grab lorry, organising materials, quoting new jobs and organising the teams. And then there's a bunch of questions that he'd like to ask to you. So he's very much in it, not just working on it by the sounds of it. Hence why he wants the systems.
Look, it's a swapping time for money business, this, isn't it?
Yes.
And he's doing not regular gardening stuff. This is, we want a big, I'm guessing, my garden landscaped in a big way because he's got a grab lorry. So he's
doing sizable-ish projects. I would say, like I looked on their Instagram, they're doing like beautiful gardens, and so they're doing all of the block paving and the grass.
So he starts from zero. He's got to find new clients to have landscaping done on the constant. The social media, to me, is very easy because you just film beginning, middle and end of a job and keep pumping that out, and that will deliver if you do it well.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy to follow here is the Paul guy. He is just smashing it because people, you're telling a story, which makes it very easy. What no one wants to see is, here I am doing a landscaping job. It's, look at this and look at what we turned it into.
Yes.
Think of yourself as, what was that show that used to be on TV?
Grand Designs.
That and
Ground Force.
And Ground Force. Yeah. People love seeing the beginning, the middle and the end.
Yeah.
Human beings are story people. So the social media thing, I think we can answer very quickly. The problem with this direct-to-consumer thing is it's very difficult. I would be focusing much heavier on commercial because if you could get a local authority contract, they would need constant stuff being done. Once you've done a good job for them, they keep on feeding you more and more and more.
Yeah.
And that will help you build this into something that someone wants to buy when you are finished. If none of that makes sense, then you have to accept that you're building a cash flow machine that's profitable for you to invest into, assets and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And making that decision is kind of part of the course, isn't it? Like, which way are you actually going to go? Because you can't do both. A fox that tries to catch two rabbits catches neither, as my wise old dad used to say. I could have had that for interesting fact or quote, couldn't I? Damn it. Which, by the way, is coming up now. Interesting quote or fact. Interesting quote or fact. Interesting quote or fact. It's time for the interesting quote or fact of the week. My dad used to have a lot of like old wisdoms. At the time when you're like, oh, shut up, what do you know, old man? And like when they're not here anymore, you're like, I wish I could pick his brains about that wisdom. He used to say to me all the time, he used to go, young man. I used to call him Mikey because I used to call him by his first name just because it annoyed him. I used to call him Mikey. I was like, Mikey, chill out. And he'd be like, don't call me that. I'd be like, come on, mate. He'd be like, I'm not your mate, I'm your father. I'd be like, can't you be both? He went, no. I was like, oh, fine, yeah, fine. He used to say to me, young man, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. I suggest you use it in that ratio.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man. We got an interesting quote or a fact?
A little fact here.
Go on then.
Because this is sort of loosely linked to what we're talking about here about people doing up their houses and property stuff. Property in the United Kingdom, certainly where we are, has been more sluggish in it. Why you look sort of smiling?
No, I'm just wondering how good this ChatGPT fact's going to be.
No, because I've been seeing stuff on Instagram about medium income. Now so back in 1995, it was about 4 times your income bought you a property.
Yes.
So you earned 20 grand and you could buy something
100
for
grand, yeah.
100 grand, that sort of thing. Yeah,
What did it get up to? 6-ish times?
Well, they're saying it's like 7 times now.
7.
So you need,
But even still.
yeah.
Oh, well, Chuds must know. What can you, income multiples on a mortgage?
I thought it was 4 times.
Is it 4?
No, that's what you get on a mortgage.
Right.
But it's so.
Sorry, what are you saying then?
I'm talking about the value of the property. So say you earn £20,000, £100,000 in 1995 would buy you a very good property. Now the average is £37,000, and it's a little bit double, but it's not 200,000. It's more like £500,000 to buy that same sort of property. Does that make sense?
What's the point? What?
Well, the point is that it's now 7.5 times your salary.
Shut everybody.
The average salary for the value of property. Where it was in 1995, it was 4 times.
Okay, I get you.
And you can't borrow 7 times, can you?
No, I thought you could only borrow 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, it is the same on that now. So the average house price in the United Kingdom, according to Halifax House Price Index, is £299,000, just a shake under 300,000. Zoopla thinks it's £270,000. But here's the big thing. Both of them are saying 1.3 and 2% rises. So the growth of property values going up has got less than compared to 3 or 4 years ago. So
I had a solicitor the other day. I'm selling my mum's house at the moment.
Sorry, can I just say, property is not outbeating inflation at the moment.
Quite clearly not.
Inflation's around 3% a year at the moment.
Yeah.
And property's
the
going
rest,
up.
isn't it?
Well, and the rest. I mean, that's real-time inflation, what we get told. So property, but it did need to slow down. It was getting ridiculous.
Yeah. And people just can't afford it, can they?
No.
They just can't afford it. I had a solicitor, you could tell me, you bought a thing or two in your time. So a solicitor who I've used 6-7 times, but I was buying little baby buy-to-lets, right? So I went to the same firm. Stupid. I was like, oh, can you help me sell this, my mum's house? Yeah, no worries. Here's her invoice. 3,000 quid plus VAT to sell the house. I went, hey? You didn't charge me that before.
That sounds a bit expensive, yeah.
That's what I thought. And so I phoned them up.
What did you pay, Chance?
2 and a little bit.
Bear in mind, I'd only gone back to them because I'd used them like 7 times before. So I was thinking they're going to do me mates rates, and they've absolutely done me over. So I phoned them up. I went, hey, Kate, what's going on with this price? Like $3,000. And she said that because they're based in South Wales, she went, because of our covenant and our professional indemnity, because it's such a high value property, we've had to take out extra indemnity.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
So you went somewhere that doesn't have to do that.
So I haven't gone anywhere yet, so we need to get it done by Wednesday, annoyingly. So I'm going to end up having to just take the fee. But they've had to pay.
Have you sold it?
Yeah, it's done, yeah.
How quick did you sell it?
Someone saw it on week 4 and wanted it, but it's under market value because it needs a bit of work doing to it. But the point being there, because she said it's an ultra expensive property.
What is ultra expensive?
Well, it's 750 grand.
Well, that is in Wales.
Exactly what I thought. I was like, yeah, this is where I've screwed myself over. But I was like, isn't that interesting that they had to take on additional indemnity? But that for like Van Arneck, that's like
my solicitor can't do stuff over 5 million.
Really? Yeah, I had no idea. She's like, oh yeah, sorry, we've had to take out an additional policy. I'm like, boo. I had no idea. Should have come to you, shouldn't I? Charlie Big Spuds.
There we go.
There you go. Good lesson. I've got a quote. Oh, you'll like this. In fact, I'll give it a bit of this. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
It's very good, that.
It's good, isn't it?
Yep. We've had similar, but...
Who said it?
James Burt.
Did. Second legend who said it. I copied it off somebody else. Also, we're on the same sort of like...
Winston Churchill.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're in the same sort of bracket of impact that we've had to this UK.
Well, world,
yeah. Success is not failure. Failure is not success. That's my Winston Churchill impression for you. There you go. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Chad, you got anything inspirational as a quote or a fact?
I can get something for you.
No, I'm just saying, have you got anything off the top of the dome? Any like Chris
I can
Williamson?
open my notes.
Have you got? Do you give me your notes? Go on, give us the best thing that's in your
I got
notes.
a page full of inspirational.
Have you?
Whatever.
How often do you look at that?
I add to it every time I hear something that I think is quite
I
good.
like that. Go on, give us the last thing you added.
Oh, this is good. Marcus Aurelius.
Oh, of course it is.
It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own.
2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago. And it's as important as it today as it was then. Unbelievable. Great work. Chuds, everybody.
Do you want another one? Got another one in?
Go on, Ed. Double quote from Chuds.
If we are unduly absorbed in improving our lives, we may forget altogether to live them. Alan Watts.
That is good. There we go, gang. That was good. Interesting fact of the week. What's next, JB? What's the next feature?
You can tell when you get to the last recording of the day because Sinclair wants to get out of it. Normally he's got all the time in the world for this nonsense shit chat back and forth. Now he's thinking, I'm going to get back out of my van.
Well, no,
have a little nap. I'm running a very big business, JB. I'm only a poor man.
Come on.
Oh,
what's
right.
next?
That's it. We're done. What else do you want to do?
I don't know.
Should we speak
get
to
our
our
guest on? Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
Let's get one then. Gavin, hello again, sir. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
We are very well, thank you, my friend. Right, give us the quick origin story, mate, if you don't mind, of LCL Scotland.
You've got to do it in 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds, yeah. We've got a little jingle. In fact, no, I won't do the jingle because I think there's a slight delay on the old Wi-Fi at the moment. So give us the origin story in 30 to 60 seconds, my man.
So I served my apprenticeship at my local football club as assistant groundsman, and then I moved on to Mighty, the big facilities company. And then one day I thought, I'm going to go out on my own. So I left AIM April 2016, and I've been out self-employed ever since, employing people for day one. COVID was, well, we were probably one of the lucky ones. COVID was the best thing ever for our business. It absolutely exploded. We ended up at 12 years all in. Turnover, massive. Profit didn't really change a bit. So cut it back down to 6, and now we're kind of sitting comfortable about 9 years. That's 6 on the books full time, and 2 directors plus a subby. So we're doing pretty well. We could really do with building on that core team. My team is absolutely fantastic. I can't rave about them enough. They're all great guys that come to work every day, do what I ask them to do. But trying to build on that is really tough at the moment. But the motto that I kind of have for the business for the start is creating great jobs for great people. So that goes both ways. My guys are great. They create great gardens for great clients. In turn, that creates more jobs. So that's my kind of outlook on it.
That's great.
And that brings us to the present day where, as I say, we're just trying to keep moving forward.
So, Gavin, what really frustrates you is the irregularity of customers starting from 0 each month.
basically, we're normally 3 months ahead all the time in the diary. A good staying that 3 months gives us a bit of confidence and a wee bit to kind of build upon. Because people don't really want to wait any longer. Plus, you don't really want to have a quote line there for 3 months when prices go up and down constantly. So we try to go straight to manufacturers to buy our materials, straight to quarries. Having a grab lorry means that we've added another dimension to the business where we bring materials back, like soil and stone that we've dug out of jobs, and we recycle it, we sell it back out the door. We've invested in that side of the business with the soil screener and the crusher and the digger. So we're constantly trying new things within the kind of landscaping space to make the business more profitable and more diverse. So the grab lorry, as well as servicing our own work, we've got a kind of client base of maybe 10 to 15 other builders or landscapers, as well as the odd time the public contact us for a bag of soil or sand or some sort of material. And that now employs a driver, which is good. So I'm not driving the lorry as much, which is a lot better because the time that takes up is unbelievable. You can imagine 10 hours a day driving, 45-minute break here or there, and just trying to catch up with the phone. So the fact I'm not in that lorry anymore makes life easier, and I can get out to jobs and see clients and sell a bit more.
So, I mean, I don't know if you heard on the intro, but if what I would do is definitely try and get more commercial work, keep the direct to consumer work, but the commercial work give you much more regularity, like working for local governments, schools, businesses, and expand that fleet of commercial vehicles so that you become more and more higher barrier to entry over a period of time. That's what I would be doing. And I probably own a garden.
We have done.
Sorry. So I think there's a little bit of a delay. And then the next thing I would do, if this is my business, I would definitely buy an aggregates company or a garden centre so you could grow your own trees so that people could say, I use them because they've got the garden centre. Then your team can be based there. It'd be a good showroom for you. And you can pick up garden centres all the time. And I think they're very good businesses. That's just some of the things I'd be thinking about if it was me.
That's a massive kind of business in my local area. We've got a wee place that runs along the River Clyde called the Clyde Valley, and every 10 paces there's a garden centre, and every one of them looks like they're thriving on the outside between doing everything that you wouldn't expect for a garden centre. So you've got the cafe, you've got the basics, but Christmas, oh my goodness, you drive down that road and I don't know how they afford the electricity bill with all the decorations and the lights and the Santa's Wonderland. So that is a massive business in my area that I would love to tap into.
Yeah, I mean, try and buy an existing
one. We've approached a couple before about...
Yeah, I mean, look, I would try and buy an existing one and put your team on it, because what happens is we're all going, aren't we? Everything's going lovely, JB. Yeah. Sorry to listeners if there's a little bit of a break up there. We lost connection, but we're all back and good now. Buying something existing and then putting some extra magic sparkle on it means that you don't have to start from zero. And then you make that your showroom, your base plate, your museum of your excellence, that people can come and see you. And when they know you've got a location, people trust you and usually prepared to pay more.
Of course, we've actually moved yards as well in the last year, from being something that's just completely inside to just a warehouse to a building with quite a large yard that we actually intend on building a proper display area with a garden room and stocking all the materials that we use as well as that we sell to become one central place, and it's in one of the busiest streets in our town.
What sort of revenue are you doing, Gavin?
It's about £55,000 to £60,000 a month.
Right. Well, I think before we go any further, I think we've got a question to ask you, haven't we, JB?
We have indeed. Now, if you've been a regular listener of the show, Gavin, I'm sorry about this. People on YouTube have been rinsing us basically because we don't ask people how they got their first customer. And people used to like that back in the day when we did that section. But
They liked it very much.
They did. But as with anything that we do on this podcast, if we need to remind ourselves to do it each week, we have to turn it into a jingle. So sit tight for 15 seconds. You can enjoy this absolute musical monstrosity.
How did you get your first customer? How'd you get the cash?
How'd you get first customer and how'd you get the cash?
It's a very serious show, this, Gavin.
Yeah, come on, Gavin. This is serious. This is like being on LBC. Come on. We need your answer.
I get my first customer because it was a friend of the family and it snowballed for there.
And what was that first job that you had?
Full garden makeover, slabbing, real grass, retaining walls, fencing, a real jump in at the deep end and see how well I could swim.
Nice.
Do you remember what you charged? Is that what you was about to ask?
Yes.
Absolute buttons. I charged
Buttons.
I charged for that full job what I charged for 2 men for a week, and I'm not telling you in case any of my guys listen to this.
Wow.
And you've been a groundsman at a Premier League football club before that, was that right?
Yes, my local club, Motherwell FC. Yes.
Ah, okay.
So what is if someone wants a landscaping job from you, what's the lowest you sort of charge and what's the highest you've ever charged?
Well, there's jobs on the board at the moment that are just under £5,000. And the biggest one we've done this year was 85.
All right, so it's quite varied.
Yes, normally it averages somewhere between 15 and 30.
Right.
We've got our biggest one yet that we've quoted, and we're kind of working on that in the background, and that's well over 100,000.
Wow. There you go.
Good photos of the website, by the way. Your website's decent. I think it's really good. Really, really good.
Oh, you're so lovely.
Right, let's go on to. All right, so we talked about so let's go to the biggest challenge because you mentioned this to me in the pre-chat as well. So figuring out what systems to implement into the business to free up your time. Tell us a bit more about that because that seems like that's a big part of the puzzle for you, mate.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that majority of the time I'm going to say it's chaos. I can't plan a day out at all. I can't sit and say, right, at 2 o'clock I'm going to do this, at 1 o'clock I'm going to do that, because I never know how my day is going to go with phone calls and fighting fires or whatever. So I'm looking for systems that I can put in place that can help me manage jobs. So from telling the guys exactly what the job's to look like, to ordering materials and have them delivered at the right time.
Gavin, I'm going to stop you. Get yourself an office manager /PA, not someone that's friends or family, someone that's done stuff like this before, that full time, that sits next to you. Getting a PA that can run all this for you will change your life. That's the best system, and then they'll implement the systems for you. You want an administrator, a super duper organised person that can pay the bills, go and get your lunch, book your transport, book your MOTs, get rid of all that stuff so that you can be a cash flow generator.
That is what I was hoping you were going to say, because my wife works in the business with me, and it's justifying that extra wage for stuff that she keeps saying she's going to do, but life gets in the way.
That is why I'm saying it's not friends or family, because they get away with stuff. Get someone that you can say, no, that's not good enough. This is what I want you to do. You won't talk to your wife like that.
One of the best moves ever was bringing her into the company.
Yeah, maybe, but
all right, Gavin, we've got it on record. We've got that on record. We can put that as a clip for you and send that over to her.
I take myself back out. That's
got your back, mate. Don't you worry about that. But you say this all the time, Jim, didn't you? Regardless of the sector and the business model, that PA, EA, assistant, office manager
/office manager
is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, because it gives you, like, if you're doing all them stupid tasks that you're saying there, I mean, you'll very quickly go and earn the salary because you'll be out there generating more work.
Yes, I'm doing all the £10 jobs when I should be doing the £100 jobs.
Absolutely stupid.
Consider that a telling off, Gavin. There
Well,
you go.
I mean, he knows it's stupid, don't you?
Oh, without a doubt. Yes.
I mean, really, you can afford a PA. If you can buy a grab lorry, you can afford a PA, can't you?
Yes. And part of their
You
part of
get
their
your
remit
money
will
back.
look after that.
See it as an investment. You'll get your money back in very, very short order if it's the right person. That's the
course.
caveat. You know, what a lot of people do is they go, I get my sister to do it part-time or I get my auntie to do it. No, you want someone full-time that's going to tell you what to do, that's going to manage you.
That is exactly what I need, because I'm not exactly the most organised person.
And that's the person you need. Would you have scaled to the heights that you have about Tracy?
Well, I've always had a person doing stuff like that for me. You know, I used to have Jean Shaw in the early days. So
We met her at your party, didn't we?
And then, you know, I've had many other people. Andrea was someone. I employed my cousin as a PA. Shouldn't have done that. This is what so a lot of the things that I'm saying is because
Lived experience.
You want someone that's, you know, but Tracy, who's been my PA now for 8 years, I think now, came on as a proper PA. But she manages all my property portfolio. She looks after all of the JSE stuff. I say JSE, all my event stuff. She does lots and lots of stuff for me. And I think you really need it. It's a brilliant investment because it gives you so much time back to go out there and earn more money.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's go to the second challenge then. So now we've covered that one off, which is finding skilled workers to take the business further. How would you find the right skilled workers in this space?
Why can't you find more landscapers? You just can't find them.
No, and majority of other business owners that I speak to are in the same boat. We're all offering like for like wages.
Yeah.
I'm trying to offer better benefits. Like I taken every one of my guys away on holiday last year.
Yeah.
And that was the best thing I ever done for kind of team morale and kind of bit of team building. Well, taking them out to Benidorm. I'm sure you could have picked a better place, but
No, I get that. It's a great thing to do. And you've got a small team under 12, so your culture is usually great when there's under 12 people. I mean, you can do all things like that. Once you have 50 staff, that all becomes more difficult. Now, what I would do is I would look for happy, hardworking people that are working hard in slightly different sectors. So I would find labourers that you can skill up in-house. So I say this to people that need engineers. I say, well, employ electricians and turn them into engineers because they've got 70% of the base core skill and then you upskill the last 30%. You know, that is what I tell people to do and it does work. You know, so, and I found that in all of my career that's the way. If you can't find the people, you go to just slightly left field of where your market is and then upskill the last 20%.
that is a good way of looking at it, aye.
So you find a bricklayer. I mean, they could do most of the stuff, I'm sure. You find a digger driver, they can do most of the stuff. Then you upskill the last 20%.
Aye. Whereas I'm looking for somebody that's already done.
That's going to be as good as you. Very hard to find. And do you know what? You might find a bricklayer that knows how to work a digger or that knows how to do it, and then you can coach them on the 20% that really matters to you.
Of course, aye. There's basics that you look for. There's just an eye for detail and being able to pay attention in a driving licence. If I can get somebody with A3, I've won a watch.
I mean, look, when you train them up, it might be 90 days of training them up that they're not as profitable. But, you know, these people are an investment, aren't they?
We've got a guy there now who came to us and all he had was a driving licence and now he's laying tiles and
there you go, baby.
He's doing all sorts because somebody's spending a bit of time with one of the more experienced guys, spending a bit of time showing him on the job, and he's turning into a really good person to have at the company.
Yeah, there you go. What's the next one, JB?
Third and final one, cracking social media.
Well, we said this before you came on, but I think you should just document all your jobs subject to your client allowing you to do that. What's nice thing as well is you can do that for your client and give them that as a sort of a digital gift, if you like.
Yeah.
Here's the beginning, middle, and end of your story.
Project, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, that's what I would do. With content, it is in many ways it is the quality, not the the quantity that you put out. And this is coming from someone that makes lots of social media.
Of course, I partly down to me not getting out to site often enough. We did have a kind of tie-in with a local college where we got a marketing student, and they came out and they made videos and
You should
all
be
that
doing
on
it,
the job.
Gavin. You should be doing it. It is that important, and it will generate you that much work. The business, the most successful business owners that I ever come across are marketeers first, operators second.
Of course, I.
One of the best skill sets anyone can learn in business is the art of storytelling, the art of marketing, and editing videos. It is not Steven Spielberg anymore. Most people can get the software and learn it, but the real skill is the storytelling.
Aye, of course, taking people through the job so they can see exactly where their money's going.
Read a couple of books on storytelling, listen to some podcasts on storytelling, working it all out. Oh, Chuds has got something to say. Here he is.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I watched I watched from start to finish an Instagram reel, and obviously not that long, it was like 4 minutes or something, of a guy changing someone's floor in someone's living room. So obviously this guy's a tradesman, and he was doing I'm using my hands to show like flooring that overlaps, like
parquet flooring,
like that. Now, why would I watch something like that? But I watched this because he had his iPhone POV, like while he was on his hands and knees on the floor, and he was explaining how to do it, like how each piece of
nice
wood gets placed, and he was doing it really sarcastically, like it was, this woman just said, can you just do this? Oh yeah, of course I can just do that. It's really easy, 5-minute job. Yeah. Like he was taking the piss out of himself and the customer. But it showed him placing the flooring. I mean, that's a very boring description of what was essentially just very straightforward storytelling.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing. I thought it was hilarious. And I went on his Instagram, and he's just a guy that does people's floorings, but films it all like real time, just straightforward.
People love that stuff.
Just because
now,
it was
don't they?
like, I've actually never seen anyone do that before.
Yeah.
And I saw a start to finish of someone's living room, and he was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was just his iPhone. It was so easy to watch, but 500,000 views, 800,000 views, like he put them up every day. And he's just like your Uncle Bob or whatever, it wasn't complicated.
Yeah, absolutely. I met a fella in the barber shop one day, and I was like, where do I recognise you from? And he went, I've got a bit of a following on TikTok. And I went online, he's called SQ2. So SQ2 Contractors, he was called on Instagram, a guy called Ryan Belcher. And he'd amassed like 500,000 followers on TikTok, something like that. And I said to him, I was like, how much does, revenue does this drive, Ryan? He said, honestly, mate, he said, I get 5 inquiries a day. I've turned off every other form of marketing, and I literally just cherry pick the work that I want now. And all of the biggest houses in Southeast London. And he relocated. Him and his wife decided they wanted to go and travel. He's moved to America. He's done exactly the same thing. He's built up his entire business via social media in America. Really worth having a watch of his stuff. So yeah, Ryan Belcher, SQ2.
And you're so lucky
Social.
to show the beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, that's it. And it's so...
People like nature as well.
Yeah. And it's a relatively quick turnaround. Like you could get a time-lapse camera. You could get one, there's one called an Osmo. So you could set an Osmo camera in a corner of a garden, and you could set it every day to just do a sweep of that garden, and it would take a still image every 10 minutes throughout the day. And if you did that every day, it will basically give you a 3-minute time lapse. And I'll bet that would, even just the time lapse without any explainers, would get good traction off the back of it, and just shows the quality of your work. 'Cause your work's great. You just need to show it a bit more, I think.
And have the time to become a marketeer. That's why you need the PA.
You need the PA.
Right. Okay. What's next, JB?
That's it. That's all of the questions. Have you got anything else you need to add? Now we've got the questions now, haven't we? The actual questions that you wanted to ask Jimbo. I keep hearing that people don't manage people, systems do, and we've talked about that. Question number 2, how can I attract top talent to take the business forward? I think we've talked about that. Question 3. Oh, this is good. We can chuck Chuds into the mix here as well. How important is a YouTube channel for your business? I'd love to be doing it, but the editing time is another time drain that I'd need to put my mind to. Firstly, don't do it. Get somebody else in to do it. YouTube, essential for this business or not?
No. If you're going to make content, I would start with, if you've never made content before, that's a big leap to make, and it's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take away from what you probably should be doing. You making videos, just make the first step and do some fun Instagram stuff, and actually figure out what works and what doesn't. This conversation's way better once you've made 100 pieces of content. It's like this, it can get so detailed, and you don't know what works. I don't know what works in this niche. You just need to try 100 pieces of stuff, but make it straightforward. Don't complicate it. Dive straight in. See what happens.
I think I agree with Chuds. I mean, the absolute fact of the matter is we don't make YouTube content for all my businesses. We haven't got a YouTube channel for Twitter Top Stay Nurseries, because actually what's better is, doing Facebook ads and Google ads and that sort of stuff. It makes more sense for that business. But for consulting, for getting people to live events, we're an edutainment business for business owners. Absolutely, we need to make content, and that's why we do it so aggressively for this type of business. The other thing is as well, the bit that Chud's missed off there. If you want to make a podcast and it do well, if you want to write a newsletter and people want to read it and it do well, if you want to make videos for people to watch and it do well, you really got to love the process, because it is a delayed gratification game.
And a labour of love to start with.
Yeah. So the people that I come across on YouTube, I think they really like making videos. The best people that write newsletters and stuff, I'm really enjoying the process of writing my newsletter. I have to do it every single week, every time I do the James Sinclair Letter, but I actually quite enjoy the process of putting thoughts to paper now and thinking about it. I don't think, got to do the newsletter. I think I must do the newsletter because, and I enjoy doing it. And some days, I don't want to make YouTube videos, but I don't hate the process.
But I want to make them, so.
Yeah.
So you do.
No, I mean, look, but there'll be days, Chuds, won't there? I mean, you love making videos. We are creators, both me and Chuds, in slightly different ways. I'm going to speak at a conference tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to it. So that's going to make me better on stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not, a lot of people go, I'm going to be speaking on a conference. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Business Masterclass. I'm looking forward to Buying Businesses Masterclass. I look forward to our theatre shows, and that's the real thing.
Got to like it.
Yeah.
Very true.
Because you won't be good at it if you're just going into it because you think you need to make a podcast, you think you need to do this. But short form content, I do think you need to do, and I think that is different, and I would be doing that.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram.
But there you go, Gavin. That's our take on it. Have you got any other questions or queries, my man? Or does that answer your queries about moving forwards?
No, that's everything. We try to do social media posts every day. We try to get TikTok videos up every day to try and stay consistent.
But can I just educate and entertain people? So if you're putting in a plant, when you're doing that plant, say this plant is really good for shaded areas, give people a bit of education. Look at, what Ground Force used to do, what Grand Designs used to do or still do, is they give people, this is a very expensive thing, but it really insulates your house and keeps you warm, so it lowers your heating bills. This stone here has got low cleaning. Give people a bit of education, not sell.
Aye. I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow when I go to site and see the guys. I'm going to be doing my hands and knees.
You think about this podcast,
Exactly.
No, you think about this podcast, I don't think anyone comes here listening to the ads we're going to make to come to my events. They come here because they know they're going to learn and get edutained and entertained, have a laugh, maybe feel a bit frustrated or whatever it is. We want this to be a regular place to go. Then every now and then, again, we will talk about James's podcast agency and how he can help people make a podcast. I'll talk about my seminars. That's less than 1%. Less than 1%.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Right. Where can people find you if they want more information, Gavin, if they want a beautiful garden? And by the way, they do look amazing, the stuff that they do. Where can they go and find more info, mate, if they're in the Motherwell area and looking for a lovely space?
Go to our website, www.lclscotland.co.uk, or follow us on social media, LCL Landscaping and Care.
Can I ask you a quick question, Gavin? Big political changes in Scotland. In the next election, I'm not going to ask you who you're going to vote for unless you want to tell me, but are you going to carry on voting for the same party that you've always voted for? Or you can have a change.
I've debated this. Not to turn this into a political thing, but I do favour independence, and I believe there's only one party going to get us there. Do I believe in that party as much anymore? No.
Interesting. It's definitely a change in, because you inherit your political decisions usually from your family.
Yeah.
And I think social media has been the trigger for getting people to change their minds. Very interesting. No,
I come from a Labour supporting family, and I'm going to be honest with you, with the current state of Labour, you couldn't pay me to vote for them.
Yeah.
Especially how anti-business they seem to be.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you're alone there, mate.
That's interesting.
Isn't it just? Right, well, we don't do politics or anything else on this podcast, but I'm glad that we have touched on politics. Brilliant. Gavin, thank you very much for being on the podcast, my man. We wish you well with your adventures ongoing. We will look forward to following you on TikTok and seeing your POV, tile laying, brick laying, planting and all that kind of good stuff, mate. Thank you for being on the podcast. We wish you well and all the best out there.
Thanks very much for having me.
You're welcome. Pleasure, mate. Take care. All the best.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
There you go.
Do you see that, what we're talking about there? How social media and modern media has got people to change their habits.
Generational habits as well.
Generational habits. Very, very interesting. A big thing. We always talk about the marketing of politicians is what business owners, and certainly small business owners, need to recognise. I don't think the established political parties are really struggling to modernise their way of marketing.
Yeah.
You think the leader of the free world, Donald Trump, whether you like him or loathe him, won that ticket, I think, largely on the back of podcasts,
100%.
long-form digital content.
But I saw a post earlier this week on LinkedIn, the Green Party have just launched their first podcast. They're the first political party to actually have their own podcast.
Yeah.
I think I'm amazed it's taken anybody as long as
Absolutely.
it has. But you can see.
Well, it hasn't taken it because there's this other bloke called Nigel Farage who, he is the news in the United Kingdom.
He hasn't got his own podcast, though, has he?
Well,
he's his own news ecosystem. But in terms of like
he has
party,
for GB News, isn't he? I mean, because they're a constant podcast.
For all intents and purposes. He's got his own show on that, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Which they turned into a podcast. So yes, he has.
Oh, fair enough. I'll take it back then. Well, there you go. That's the second
But
podcast.
that is the individual.
Yes,
it's not the Reform podcast.
Whereas this is the Green Party have actually said this is.
I saw a great a Jimmy Carr joke. I think it was Jimmy Carr. He said, "Have you seen?" Yeah, it was Jimmy Carr. Have you seen Donald Trump's new TV show? It's called The News.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes,
he's right as well, isn't he? Right, well, we've got to do we've got
a lot to do.
It's 8 Traits of the Greats. It's the point of the show where the icon of British entrepreneurship, James Sinclair, rates our guest for today and rates him out of a score of 10 on what he believes to be the 8 Traits of great entrepreneurship.
Okay, let's have a look. Starting with the end in mind.
No, I don't think he's doing that.
Passionate about their cause.
Yeah, loves it.
Untold amounts of resilience.
We didn't find that out, so we can't.
And master relationships with people. I think he's got that. Commercial awareness.
Well, he's bought himself a bloody grab truck to be more. Yeah, go on then, give him a
Okay,
point.
we give him that.
Yeah.
The innovate so don't evaporate. Yeah, he struggled in the winter. Well, come on, we've got to get that gritting out.
Yeah. Master Marketeer?
Master Marketeer?
No.
No, not even a half. Look at that. You see, I would have given you that, but, JB,
on what
it's not very
basis?
nice, because I'm nice.
Are you?
And number 8, they stay teachable and curious. That's a good score, gang.
Go on.
That's a 5. It's time for the song.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's time for the great song. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. This business is gonna thrive. He's got a 5. This business is gonna thrive. He's got a 5. This business is gonna thrive. He's got a 5. This business is gonna thrive. He's got a
5.
He's got a
5.
This business is gonna thrive because he's got a 5. Go Gavin, yeah. Go Gavin, go Gavin. He's got a 5. Go Gavin, go Gavin, go Gavin. He's got a 5.
The G, the A, the V, the I, the M.
Let's go again, Gavin. Yeah, Gavin. Chuds, how much did you enjoy that rendition when we both joined in?
It's outrageous.
Yeah,
that whole
I'm
section
glad you
is
like
ridiculous.
it. Thank you, mate.
Well,
Glad
we'll
you
find
like
out
it.
in the comments in about a month's time, won't we?
No, there's nothing good about that at all. I really enjoyed.
It's my favourite part.
Chuds, everybody.
I really enjoyed your new jingle. The "How did you get your first customer?" I think I like that 80s vibe. I think your voice is good in it.
Thanks, Chuds.
It works.
Thanks.
None of that can be said for that side. That
Fine.
you just
Muscles here.
What's your
He's not with headphones on, so we can't even hear
can
that
hear it
one.
now,
I tell you what, it's time for It's time for a little bit of this because we've got yet more features before we wrap up this show. It's time for the business quiz. Thanks, Chuds.
It's Jim versus JP on the quiz that's businessy. Business knowledge and it's fun.
Here
Which one's clever?
comes
Which
the
one's
spoon
dumb?
and the cup.
Easy, wizzy. Let's get quizzing.
Who's going to be our winner chicken dinner?
Who is going to be the winner chicken dinner? Right, it's time on the podcast for us to ask.
Should we
the
just
critical
explain the
question.
reason we are holding? If you're new to the shows, I won last time. He lost. He gets the wooden spoon, which we call Spoonie if it's him, and Spoon if it's me. And then you got the winner chicken dinner cup of love.
And this critical question, is about the subject or the sector that we have just had a conversation about. Gardening. Yeah, gardening, Spoonie. What's the average annual revenue of a UK landscaping business operating as a limited company? So that is, what is the average annual revenue of a UK landscaping business operating as a limited company? Are we including Scotland? Of course we are. We said UK, Spoonie. Oh, fair enough. Do you know what, Chuds? Though the answer was upside down when I saw it, so I saw it.
You're disqualified, yeah?
I'm disqualified. I'm
I'm
out.
going 85,000.
Oh, have you seen the answers to you made the questions? Okay, guess at home then. Spoonie, do you want to have a guess? No. Why not? Because I sort of know. How do you know? Because I saw it as well. How do you know? Because I saw it on a piece of paper. Oh, fair enough, Spoonie.
What's the answer? Just
The
come on.
answer is 72,000 quid.
That's not a bad guess.
You
from
weren't
James
far off,
Sinclair.
were you? I weren't far off, just underneath the VAT threshold. Of course they are, trade-based business. The UK landscaping market was valued at 7.2 billion in 2024. The UK landscaping services market is projected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate, CAGR, of 6.3 through to 2030. There are approximately 23,400, how many? 23,400 landscaping businesses in the United Kingdom.
What would you have said? Would you have said it was higher than that?
Yeah, I would have gone over 100 grand, I think.
Yeah.
Idiot. Hey, Spoonie, tell me that.
Well done for telling the truth. And for
Well
telling
done.
the truth, I'm letting you win.
Oh, thanks very much. There you go. That is today's business quiz. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for listening to the business broadcast. Please pass the pod along to a business owner that you know that should be listening to help them grow their business.
Yes, indeed. And if you have enjoyed today's show, please feel free to give us a 5-star review wherever you download your podcasts. You can rate us on Apple, Spotify. You can leave us a comment on Spotify as well. You can follow the show on YouTube. You can leave a comment. We love it when people get involved in the comments on YouTube as well. So if you've got an opinion, maybe you've got an idea for Gavin, maybe you're up in Motherwell, maybe you're another landscaping groundworks company you'd like to network with Gavin, you can reach out to him in the comments as well. Thank you very much for listening. From me, from James Sinclair, and from me, all right, Spoonie, and from Spoonie as well, and from Chuds, and from him. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for listening, gang.
Ta-da!
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching today, gang. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now, look, we're looking for some great businesses to come on the podcast. If you've got challenges, but you're desperate to grow your business and you can't necessarily work out how to do it on your own, you'll be a perfect candidate to come here on the podcast. It's absolutely free to come on the show. Go to my website, jamessinclair.net, and there's a podcast button. Click on the podcast button, fill in the application form, and we'll do our very best to get you on the show and try and grow your business.